Assalamu alaikum. If you are a divorced father and you have ever stood outside your ex-wife's house holding your child's small bag, this is for you. You hand the bag over. You kneel down. She hugs you. I love you, Daddy. You say it back. You promise you will video call. You watch her walk to the door. She turns around one more time. You smile. Door closes. You walk back to your car. And suddenly, everything is quiet. That silence is not peaceful. It is heavy. It asks you questions. Will I be replaced? Will she grow distant? Will she be safe? Will she inherit values I do not agree with? Am I failing as a Muslim father? Before we go further, if that silence has been destabilizing you, download the Muslim Man Rebuild Playbook. It's a 30-minute reset to stop emotional bleeding and rebuild internal stability before you lead your child. Now, listen carefully. Your child did not cause your divorce, but they might believe they did. Children internalize instability, and if you don't lead properly now, you lose emotional ground later. I'm going to give you 7 keys, not tips. Keys, and stay with me until the 7th, because the 7th determines whether the first 6 even work. First, safety. Your child needs emotional safety, not perfection, not performance. Safety. If you bring anger from court, bitterness from the marriage, frustration from co-parenting, you multiply trauma. These children are already confused. They don't need your emotional storms. They need predictability. And if you give safety now, you earn access when they are 16. Without safety, distance grows quietly. And once distance grows, affection won't fix it. Which brings me to the next. After divorce, affection becomes oxygen. Your child needs touch, warmth, eye contact, verbal affirmation. And this affirmation, you didn't cause this. Say it clearly. Not once, repeatedly. Better they receive validation from you than search for it from strangers later. But affection without connection becomes shallow. And connection is built through something most fathers ignore. When your child says, "Daddy, can you play with me?" That is not a toy request. That is a bonding request. Yes, the game may be silly. Play anyway. Because play builds emotional equity, and emotional equity protects against replacement. You fear being replaced, don't you? Replacement happens when emotional investment is low. Play prevents that. But moments fade unless you build something deeper. Children remember experiences. You remember yours, the good ones, the painful ones, so be intentional. Outings, travel, simple daddy-daughter, daddy-son adventures. Not expensive, intentional. One day, when someone questions your role, Those memories will answer for you. But memories without structure feel unstable, which is why the next one matters. Structure equals safety. When your child comes to your house, they must feel rhythm, wake up time, breakfast routine, exercise, tuition, prayer, study, dinner conversation. Ritual builds identity, my friend. Chaos builds anxiety. You are not the fun parent. You are the stabilizer. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. Structure without spiritual anchor is incomplete. If you don't anchor them in Islam, the world will anchor them somewhere else. Pray together. Talk about the Sunnah naturally. Link daily life to faith. Don't preach. Live it. Islam gives them identity bigger than divorce. But even Islam lessons collapse if the father teaching it lacks credibility. Which brings us to the seventh. Stay here. This is the one that determines everything. Your child does not follow your words. They copy your behavior. You say, control your anger, but you explode. You say, exercise, but you neglect your body. You say, read, but you scroll. They will inherit your habits, not your advice. Now, let's talk about temper. Every father has it, including me. The difference is awareness. When I feel anxious, sad, angry, panic, I label it. I am feeling angry. I am feeling anxious. I am feeling upset. The moment you label it, you create space. When you create space, you create choice. And when you create choice, you will lead. Children feel your energy. They don't need a perfect father. They need a regulated one. You fear being replaced. Listen carefully. A stepdad can share time. He cannot replace blood memory. He cannot replace emotional consistency. He cannot replace a father who is stable. Replacement only happens when leadership collapses. And most fathers don't lose their children because of divorce. They lose them because they become reactive, bitter, emotionally unstable, or spiritually disconnected. Your child is watching how you handle pain. That is a real reason. Now, here's the truth. If you are unstable in that silence, if the quiet house makes you spiral, if fear starts whispering at night, you cannot lead them properly. You must stabilize yourself first. That's why I built the Muslim Man Rebuild Playbook. It's not motivation. It's a 30-minute protocol. When your head is spinning, when emotions are heavy, when the silence is loud, you run the protocol. You reset. You reconnect with Allah. Then you show up as the mountain. Download it. Run it. And lead. Your child doesn't need a perfect father. They need a regulated one.